Morning there, YouTube. This is Conversations with a Loner. My name is Strickland. First, I wanted to make a comment. I apologize, I can't. Right now, I'm not sitting at a computer. And a little foggy brain this morning, so a user sent me a message asking why my videos are here in the car. And I'll tell you why. My form of social anxiety limits my ability to go places and do things unless I've been to that place a lot. And even then, my anxiety gets the best of me at times. The grocery store, my psychiatry appointments, my counseling appointments, the clinic that I get medication at, and that's about it. And those are the only places I go. And occasionally the public library because I like to read. And so occasionally that's where I will go. The reason I do this in my car is because even though I'm depressed, I realize I need to get out of my house at sometimes because I'm always in my house. And so I don't want to make videos in my house. For the reason why, I mean, either way they would both be. I mean, whether I'm sitting in my car or I'm sitting in my house, you're not going to see anything exciting, me doing anything, because my anxiety is really severe. So as of right now, it's not under control to the point where maybe I could take you someplace and show you what it's like. Again, if you're looking at a guy like Donnie Miller, and I always bring him up, and the only reason that I bring him up is because he seems to be, like, his depression just amazes me. I mean, he's able to go out and do these things that he does, and it's like, wow. I mean, I never knew that, and that's why I initially criticized him, because I just never knew that. I mean, I knew that people get depressed, like athletes and things, but not like, I thought it was just like an occasional thing, not like a full-time thing. So that's why they were able to compete in their activities. So it just still to this day amazes me that Donley's able to do all that. But for me, it's different. My depression and my anxiety limits me from interaction with people. I've been so heavily rejected, so heavily put down, that every time I walk into the grocery store that I've been going to in my entire life, every time I walk through that door, I get so nervous and so shaky because I feel like I'm walking into school again, even though it's not school. Something in my brain makes that grocery store high school or middle school even. And every time I walk in there, what I feel like everyone is looking at me, laughing at me, making fun of me, and calling me names, even though they're not. That's what my eyes see. So you see me sitting in my car because this is my comfort zone. No one can hurt me here. No one can make fun of me in here. No one can ridicule me in here. No one can put me down in here. I am locked behind these four doors, and no one can bother me here. This is my comfort zone. My home is a comfort zone, but my home, I don't want to do videos in there because when I'm at home, I don't like, I'll be blunt, I don't like to wear clothes when I'm at home. I wear underwear around the house, and I'm not going to shoot videos of me in my underwear because this is not the Spice Channel. So, you know, when I'm at home, I don't want to have to throw on a shirt and some clothes just to make a video. I just don't want to do that. When I'm at home, that's my comfort zone. I'm not going to get all dressed up to shoot videos in there. So, you know, that's why you see me in my car. And, you know, and that's why I try to make a point. If you don't like this kind of thing, if you don't like someone who has mental issues sitting and talking, then, you know, there's nothing I can do, because that's just what I'm about. That's what I want to do. I want to sit here, have a conversation with the world about a man who is severely depressed, who is severely very, 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 very lonely, who has no one but himself. And I just this is my way to express myself, and I feel like I'm talking to someone even though all I'm doing is talking to a camera. So it's better than me sitting in my house talking to myself, which I have done all my life. Well, not all my life, but most of my life. I did a video discussing that. I didn't, you know, get too in depth, but at the end of it I was talking about, if you think that's weird, whatever, but I have had conversations with myself, and I do it all the time. To me, that is normal. That is a measure that I had to do, because I didn't have any friends, so I had to talk to myself, because it's kind of hard to sit and not open your mouth. I mean, you have to talk. We as humans have to talk. So when you have no friends, who do you talk to? You talk to yourself. Answering yourself, okay, occasionally. They say answering yourself is crazy. I don't think so. As a matter of fact, go on Google.com and research talking to yourself, and you will see that it's not so abnormal after all. It's just what's abnormal about it is no one admits to doing it. And some people do it more than others, but anyone and everyone that's a human being on this earth has talked to themselves at least one time. So that's my thinking on that. So that's why I'm in my car. I mean, I just like to sit and have a conversation with the world. I got this camera out, I dusted it off. I was like, you know, I'm gonna see if it can record good enough video to put out there, and it did. I had attempted late last year to do a video series, and for some reason at that time I wasn't knowledgeable about how to get the movie to convert to YouTube with the audio synced up. And then within the last month since I started this is when I realized I had to run it through a Windows Movie Maker with my form of camera that I have. So, because it's an older model camera, it's an old HP camera from like 2007 or 2006, and it's 8 megapixel, and it was one of the original 8 megapixel cameras. I guess one of the first. I mean, it may have not been. I don't know. My thinking is 8 megapixel wasn't as popular in 2006 as it is today, and today you have 12 and then higher megapixels. So I mean, it's just an old camera. It shoots video and it does a great job. And there's no limit or constraints. I mean, as long as I have enough memory on my SD card, I can continue to shoot for as long as till the memory runs out. And right now I've got an 8 gigabyte SD card, so the memory's not running out. And every time I do a video, I delete it anyway. So I mean, I don't have to worry about that. So if I wanted to sit here and talk to you for 4 hours, I could probably. I mean, I don't actually. My camera, even though it's an older camera, it does have a countdown to how many minutes I got. So I think I got close to 4 hours. So I know nobody's gonna watch that, and besides, I'd have to pay YouTube to upload a video that is that long anyways. So I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, I want to do a quick video. You know, I don't do videos every day, and I'll explain that. Just some days are better than others. Some days I do want to just stay in that house, in that bed. And then there are days where I know that I have to force myself to get up and get out. So in the days I don't make a video, it's just one of those days where I wasn't able to force myself out of bed. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not shooting videos in my home. I'm not throwing on clothes and making myself uncomfortable in my home. I apologize, and I'm not an adventurer, and I'm not going to go on any adventures now. There is a place in my town, in Donley, I think he knows of this place. It's called The Bluffs, and it's like a cliffside, and they have I don't know what to call it, just a bunch of, basically on this cliffside they built an area that you can walk from the top down. It's like a boardwalk type thing if you're on the beach. But it's got like stairs and it's got rails and stuff, and you can walk from the top down to the beach area and the train tracks that are down there. And I may do a video of me walking up and down that one day, because I'm realizing that I kind of do need to start doing a little more movement than I'm doing, and my counselor has suggested me that in my appointment the other day. Being so sedative all these years, my body is really worn out. So what he explained to me is it could be that it's been so long that there is permanent damage to my body somewhere, to where I have a permanent issue with my energy, to where it's going to take some type of supplement or something to get the energy back. But it could be just a classic case that if I start moving and getting active, that my energy will return. I like to think that it won't, because I did, at points in my life, I had great energy, even though I was depressed. It's just in the last 4 years it went away. It's like it slowly faded, and I became more sedative. I guess I went through an event that caused me to have a really rough last 4 years, and I guess the event, I don't know, I mean, I want to talk about these things separately, but I guess I'll touch on it. The event that got me into this really funk, because I used to have ups and downs. My depression was a roller coaster, and that's what they call depression. You have ups, you have downs. So I was rolling in my early 20s. I would have great up periods. I was working, I was doing okay, and then something would happen and I'd go down. Well, back in 2008, I thought I finally found a girl, and I was talking to her on the internet, and we met, and we were from the same city here in Pensacola, and I was working, not a great job, I was working fast food at McDonald's, so that's just where I was at that point. I've always enjoyed cooking, and at that time in my life I had screwed up at the main restaurants, you know, like the seafood houses and the steak houses and things like that. At that point I had to take fast food. So anyways, so she comes up there, and then we start talking. We talk for about a month, maybe two, and lo and behold, because I had this was when MySpace was very popular, so MySpace is nowhere near what it was. I don't even know if MySpace still exists. But I had MySpace, and I had my profile talking about being depressed and having anxiety and things of that nature. And it wasn't as bad at that point. I mean, yes, I've dealt with this all my life. Don't get me wrong, but I was on an up. Even though I was lonely, it was weird because I was on one of those ups where I was working. And I consider that when I was working, those were ups. When I was able to get out and work and be around people I didn't know and get out of my comfort zone, that's when I was on an up. And I used to have more ups. These days I can't get out of the comfort zone. I have to be where I'm comfortable. And like I said, even places where I've been for years and years, I still have a hard time, like the grocery store and the library. And it's just, anyways, back to this girl. So she reads my MySpace account, and she sees that I have issues.